at the end of the season, you know, 2 is the only one that actually saw that it was 6 before he zaps her in that last moment and passes out. So when she wakes up in Galactic Authority, she knows who betrayed them. But I think for the most part, she kind of keeps that to herself. Yeah, get out of here. She keeps it to herself until she gets to... Oh no, I can't say any of that. I can't. Can I? You know, she's, as ever, she's level-headed about what's going on, and even though she feels that, I think more than anything, she wants to get to why. Why did you do this? You know, because along with 5, she's always felt that they are a team, and they built this family, kind of, and that kind of betrayal, I don't think any of us saw it coming, whether we were in the audience or on the ship as a crew member. Yeah. B1 is someone that she sees as a true equal on the ship, despite the fact that he has betrayed them. You know, that betrayal, I think, is on a personal level, but in terms of someone who is a competent leader, she really sees him as an equal, and there are a lot of times where they defer to each other and consult, and I think that when they do ultimately meet, it feels like that. There's this discussion. It's not this crazy assault, you know, this abuse that she puts onto him for having betrayed them. It's more just, help me understand what the hell you were thinking. What were you doing, you know, because I thought your loyalties lied with us. Because even though, you know, she has her own moral compass where she's trying to figure out what's right, what's wrong, how do we navigate these situations, her loyalties always lie with the ship. If the shit hit the fan, she would still be there with her crew. And that's what I think is so hard for her to understand. She's grappling with that because she thought that they had that in common. I think that plays into who she naturally is. And what was interesting, you know, with regards to the themes that we play in the show, nature versus nurture, interesting to see that even though she had all of her memories wiped, she woke up and not only did she feel like this makes sense to me, this is the most logical step to take, and I'm gonna do this because I think it's the right thing to do, but everyone around her also listened. You know, the resistance didn't last very long. And I think 3 piped up a little bit here and there, but for the most part, her ideas made sense to everyone, and so it was logical to follow along with what she was saying, which I think made 2 the no-brainer de facto leader with what was going on the ship. She doesn't, for the most part, I don't think that she follows her gut instinct a lot of the time. If there's a reason that 2 is doing something, you know, you backtrack and figure out logically why is she making that decision. Yeah, I think that her instincts are usually spot on, and that's why she's such an excellent fighter and a leader that is met with very little resistance, whether it be people that are on the ship or the people that she's encountering as opponents. My agent just saw the posting for this character and he thought of me. I'm not sure what to think about that, but he thought that I would be a right fit for it, and I hadn't auditioned for television before that. This season, yeah, you know what, I think our first scene back, I don't know how, it was the first fight that we shot this season, and it was, am I allowed to talk about the first fight and who it was against? Cool. So 2 and Nyx, a new character played by the beautiful Melanie Livard, we had our first fight together, and over the summer I'd been training a lot with my trainer just to work with explosive weight training, just so we could get those fast twitch muscles going a little bit. And in the fights, I really felt a huge difference. Like, I felt like I was fighting really, really fast, and it was nice to get that feedback. And Mel's such a great fighter, and her stunt double's fantastic. And I think that that's going to be a really interesting way to kick off that episode and to introduce that new character and just to get a little bit of action going. I don't think, yeah, there was only one other fight last season where 2 was fighting a woman. And that was actually Sean's sister. Yeah. Yeah. That was a really great fight too.
What about the other mystery that 2's not exactly human? Are we going to learn more about Rebecca and all that?
I certainly hope so.
Okay.
I'm not lying when I say I have no idea. So far we've received up to 207 with scripts, so I'm not sure, but I imagine that we will explore that a little bit more. You know, we know that she isn't exactly human. However, if you were to open her up, she's got blood, she's got guts, hearts, brain, not hearts, just one. But, you know, she's got these nanites going through her. She's been bioengineered. there's something a little bit different about her, but it doesn't make her any more organic than everyone else. I love how these two women, you know, they start off kind of sizing each other up because obviously they don't know what's going on when they're in prison, but eventually I really feel as though there's a sisterhood that develops between these two, and I think if anything, they're not put off or made to feel defensive about this other strong woman in the room, but in fact they're really empowered by it, and if anything impressed that there's another chick that can really hold her own. And I think that's really exciting to see, because I think everyone's kind of hoping to see that in the world in general, for women to be bolstering each other. So yeah, I'm really proud that we get to display a strong female relationship like that. How do we size each other up?
That's a good question. You know, I think that she kind of, I think that there's respect there. I think that she handles Devin with a sort of ease, because he's performing surgery on someone that they care about, and she's able to assert her leadership without being aggressive about it. Would you say that's probably right?
Yeah, for the most part, I think that, because he's not combative in any way, so the way that she regards him is more with a curious nature. You know, there's no reason to be threatened by this person. He has something to add, and let's be real, it's nice to have somebody who's got a mug like that on the face, on the ship. A mug on the face. But for the most part, I think that he remains a bit of an enigma, because he doesn't really open himself up to her. So she doesn't know what's going on there, and she tries to pry a little bit, but she's not going to drag it out of him. Yeah, it remains to be seen what's going to happen.
The relationship between 1 and 2 evolved this season.
It will evolve in a way that I think will genuinely shock the viewers. I don't think that people will. I don't know what to say. I think our relationship has. It falters. There are places, I think the relationship that 2 has with 5 really goes through a good bit of struggle this season, or at least what I've seen in the first half, and we see both of these characters grappling with their inner selves, and their inner selves dealing with each other. And that's been a very interesting landscape to explore, because our inner selves, as for most of us, are very different from the external selves that we present to other people. Yeah, that's going to be some really interesting stuff.